I just got out of the shower and my nose is bleeding. Anti-fucked. I wouldn't have sex with someone just because the other person wanted it. And then she just takes to abusing me. So now baby mother is hot on his trail and we're even. And in fact there is a dark cloud passing over and clearing shortly for a clear sky. And am I picking up vulnerable men and might I damage him? That's all very scientific though. Yesterday I did a custom I do every year for someone that can't afford a toy. There is no scientific proof that these two things are connected. It doesn't make it an easy ride, but a more rewarding one. And 6 is not the guy that assaulted you. I mean, what if he dissociates from his body or something? Maybe if you ask him nicely he will fill a turkey baster for you, but at the end of the day it's his body. I wouldn't mess with you, would I? Narcolepsy is when I'm in bed with number 6. Most of my internet lovers have had a bit on the side in real life, and sometimes continuing with it for the duration on an on-off basis. Bullied? There is one guy who would sneak up behind me and put his arm around me, say something insulting. He was dirty and smelly, and I hate that feeling when they think they know you. One time I nearly ran into traffic to get away from him. Another one threatened to throw me in the river because he didn't like me feeding the gulls. I don't value my life above my freedom, actually. As a human being, I have a right to an opinion, even if someone is twisting my arm or has me in a headlock. I've had a brush with brutality before, and I'm a very huggy person. My mother was like a deer too. Switch, all change. Okay, I'm really upset and crying now. I keep having to leave you. We had a rich and colourful culture that was a kind of a glorious mess. I seem to be having a protest on my own and I can't compete with the bisexual stuff. Would you tell a single parent they are sitting around at home? And this is not the Blitz. I want a world where we can set off fireworks and get on boats with cans. Where we can live, and that's not a fallacy. And meditation is at your own risk. I feel worked on, but it looks like I've stopped them turning me into a pizza. He left a huge crater. People are very frightened of mental illness. Sometimes stillness, just focusing on how rude we are to each other. When you like someone that much, you just explode from such a feast, which hits you right in the stomach, making you wince with pleasure, like a massage from inside, producing some sort of seizure. Maybe orgasms hold the key to the origins of the universe. Around the beginning of the last century, you could be committed for cheating on your husband. Even trying to get a coffee with someone can be very taboo and shocking. Forced into isolation and left to think about it on our own. With other humans tantalisingly out of reach, we can only imagine. We were in the hay barn when it happened, dressing a shire horse. In the end, I'm not entirely sure who it was. I dissociated, it seems, in a blackout. He made a big burned hole in me, entirely blackened. I have grief for my ex though. Now that it's over, I miss him, but I can't go back. You can never go backwards. I don't really have time for sex because I'm too busy studying, and I'm always busy and pushed for time. But thus far I'm coping. Warmer. People tell me I'm tight where it comes to buying drinks and stuff.